this game teaches us all a very valuable lesson. No matter what color we are, whether it's black, white, or gray, we're all equally insignificant peons quaking in the presence of a chubby Italian doctor who's about to exterminate us. Il medico in italiano, mamma mia, it's a Dr. Mario. Released to the Game Boy in 1990, Dr. Mario arrived on Nintendo platforms with a potent double dose. It was released on the NES at the same time, largely a Nintendo response to the falling block puzzle craze caused by Tetris. With that game already on both their platforms and making lots of money, Dr. Mario seemed like a no-brainer. Which is funny because you need a brain, not to mention a very good and functioning one, to excel at this freaking game. So the Tetris influence is pretty obvious. Dr. Mario is a puzzle game, check, with a bunch of pieces that fall from above, again, check. But that's where their similarities come to an abrupt end, because where Tetris never ends, Dr. Mario does. Where Tetris starts with an empty screen, Dr. Mario starts with a full one. Where Tetris features intense Russian music, Dr. Mario features the funkiest jam in gaming history. If they played this at hospitals, everyone would be cured. Speaking of which, the objective in Dr. Mario is just total annihilation. There are viruses scattered throughout a bottle, and it's your job to medicate and eradicate them using colored vitamins. Dr. Mario throws them into the bottle one at a time, and you have to stack them on top of the appropriately colored viruses. You string 4 pill pieces and/or viruses together, and you score 1 for Dr. Mario. There's something else this game has in common with Tetris though, and that's an addictive hook. Dr. Mario is really one of the most enjoyable and satisfying puzzle games in history, and like Tetris, it's almost impossible to put down. Those two games really boil the concept of the video game down to its purest form, prompting you to think and react faster than you ever thought you could. What's interesting about this Game Boy version is that it's really an exact port of the console version. On both the NES and the Game Boy, Dr. Mario's basically the same game. You're obviously going to get more detailed sprites on the NES, not to mention color, but in terms of features, this Game Boy version has its big brother matched, a fact that really speaks to the strengths of the portable version. And of course, one of the biggest features to which I'm alluding there is multiplayer. Dr. Mario can be played with a friend on the Game Boy thanks to a Game Boy connector cable, which we'll be checking out later this week on CGR Undertow. I'm telling you, you kids, you really take Wi-Fi for granted. When I was your age, I needed a freaking rope. But what better way to kick off our week-long celebration of the Game Boy than with this? To this day, it's one of the best puzzle games of all time, and in this original portable form, the virus spread quickly. It's Dr. Mario for the original Game Boy.